What's down, y'all, folks? I listen though, right? I'm gonna tell y'all something. Alright, so last year, 2024, I had came off. I did a fast. I came off my fast, right? Once I came off my fast, the enemy gets no glory, no praise, no honor. All my glory, my praise, and my honor goes to my heavenly Father God, my heavenly Lord Savior Jesus Christ. I bet. So boom, right? I came off my fast. As soon as I came off my fast, the enemy hopped inside of a person, and the person don't even know. Me and that person had gotten into it, right? Boom. I did not think that out of the person and me getting into it, I didn't think that I was gonna be drained. Man, I thought once me and the person had got into it, right? Boom. Went in the house. Boom. Went to sleep. And then got back up. And when I got back up, I started walking. I wasn't walking like my normal self. I wasn't. It's like anytime that I would walk, it's like my right leg would come apart and then it'll come back together. Come apart, come back together. Anytime that I would be walking. And so it'll stop. Now I'll be right back to walking normal, right? Boom. This thing, you know, it'll only stop for like a couple months. And then it'll start back out the blue. And so some people had came over here to my house, spent the night and all that junk. And I was drained. Like I was drained. I never been drained before in my life. It was the only time that I ever been drained. To the point where that junk missed, it did something to my leg as I was walking. You know, as I was walking, like my right leg, it felt like my leg came apart and then it came back together. Came apart, came back together. Over and over again. And I had to, it was like, as it felt like that my leg was coming apart and then coming back together. I had the biggest freaking limp in the world. Like I would walk and then it'd be like, that's how my leg would be as I was walking, like living real hard. Like I just said somebody got shot in their leg. Then boom, you had that little walk, that limp for a long time, you know? So, like I said, it was some people that came over here. They spent the night for a couple of days and jump. And then, I remember, it was that morning, no, that night, it was the garbage man was gonna run. And I wanted to get up. I wanted to get up from my bed and take out the garbage, take it out to the street, right? Boom. Some had told me it was evil. He said, man, you ain't gotta get up, man. Just lay back down. Let them people in the front room, man. Just let them take that doggone thing, that garbage out, man. You can just go back to sleep, man. You ain't gotta get up and do that. And me, I'm like, well, you know, you ain't wrong. So boom, I listened to that voice and I went back to sleep. Got back up. Got to walking. That limp still right there. Anytime that I would walk. Real talk. Over here at my grandma's house. My grandma, she lived like straight down the street from a store. A grocery store, to the point where you could walk. So she was like, Daenerys, you wanna go and no, she said, Daenerys, can you go to the store and grab this and grab that and stuff like that? I was like, yeah, for sure. my leg wasn't hurting it around that time. I wasn't limping hard as a mud around that time. So I went to the store, walking perfect, the way that I always walk. And I grabbed everything that she had told me to get for, and on my way back, coming back from the store, this when that my leg all of a sudden, boom, 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 feel like it was coming apart and coming back together like a, man, I don't know, bro, like a puzzle or something. I don't know, bro. My leg was just coming. It felt like it was just coming apart from each other, then coming back to each other, apart and then back. And so I gave her stuff. And so as I was walking, it's like I had no more, it felt like I had no more energy. No, none. I feel like my body just got weak. So when I was coming back, like I said, as I was coming back, I felt this still, by my body being weak, I'm like, man, I ain't gonna make it up there, man. I'm like, I'm just gonna sit here. So I started walking, I had to leave in somebody else's yard. Real talk, just laid there. I'm like, man, I ain't gonna be able to make it, bro. Man, I ain't gonna be able to do that. And so, as I'm laying on these folks' lawn, on their grass, in their yard, I was talking to the Lord. Just talking to him, and I was praying to him. Then my grandma, I don't know how long, well, first, I don't know how long I was laying down, sitting right there on them people's grass. Like, real talk. I was just right there. And good thing ain't nobody came out the doggone house and said, hey, man, get your tail out my freaking grass, man. You messing up my grass. It's a good thing that ain't nobody come out there and say that to me, man. Say anything. It's a good thing that they didn't even come outside. So, boom. Like I said, I don't know how long I was up there on them folks' grass. And I had sat up. I had got done, talking to the Lord. When I sat up, I looked to my left, and I saw my grandma coming down the street. She said, so she was like, what you doing? Come on. So, boom, I got up. I was able to get up again. And just like that. Even though I had that little limp still in my leg. I won't say little limp, that big limp still in my leg, just limping hard as a mud. And me and my grandma, we just talking as we walking on to the house. And then I had gave her stuff, and I went on in the house, came on in the house, right? And she had put her stuff up, took it to her room, and then she said all I did was, well, the next day she said, all I did was, she said, you was on my mind all day when I saw you laying on them people's grass. She said, when I saw you, I could've, she said, I like to fell down. She said she almost just fell down. She said, because, she said, that's not me. She said, you not like that. You don't ever be still. You'll go here and you'll go there. Come right on back. She said, when nighttime had came, she said she couldn't sleep. She said the reason why she couldn't sleep was because I was on her mind, on her heart. And she said that she was praying for me, and she said she was talking to God, and she said that she cried. She said because she didn't like it. She didn't like what she saw. Right? So boom. She said that the Lord had told her, and she was, after she got done talking to him and praying to him, he didn't talk to her like that. She said I was just on her mind for so long. She said the Lord came out of nowhere and said, had told her, don't worry about the Nereus. I have the Nereus in my right hand, in my palm, in the palm of my right hand, Denarius will be all right. And she said, and he stopped talking. Then she said that when he had stopped talking, she said she felt that all of that prison. Oh, thank you, Jesus. She said that she felt all of that prison, the presence of the Lord, come down on her from the top of her head to the soles at the bottom of her feet. She said she felt it all through her body when he had said that. And then after that, boom. After so long, then this when my big brother had came over here, like my blood brother. Then when he came over here, he was like, Grandma had told me about what all happened to you, what all been going on. He said, you know what? He said, get in my car. He said, let's go. Let's get in my car. And I said, for what? He said, because I'm going to take you to the hospital. So they can, take x-rays of you and help you out, give you the medicine and junk like that. Boom. He took me up there to the hospital. I had to stay 5 days. I went up there on March 20th, 2025, and I left out March 25th, 2025. As I'm up there, like, yeah, they won't let you walk. You had to get in a wheelchair, so I was in a wheelchair. I'm like, man, I know how to walk though. Like, I'm like, I know how to walk. They're like, yeah, I know. But we just have to like put you in a wheelchair. I'm like, alright, for sure. After that, boom. The woman had came in there, the nurse, she came in there, and she had to do some x-rays on my back to make sure that my spine is straight. Boom. She made sure. She said first, before I do anything, she said, I am going to have to pull your pants down only a little bit, not all the way down, but just to like the end of your spine. She was like, is that cool? I'm like, yeah, but I don't know. She was like, yeah, I get it. She said, I get it. I'm like, yeah, for sure. And then next thing you know, she went ahead and pulled my pants down. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, man, that don't feel right, man. She was like, I know, you ain't the only one that said that before. I'm like, don't do that. She was like, I have to. I'm like, I just get it over with, man. So boom, she had a long needle, about this long, bro, like real talk. And she had to like stick it in my back, on this side and this side. In my bed. But I ain't even care. I'm like, okay. She took it out, and then it was a man nurse came in there. I'm laying on my stomach. Like I said, I'm laying on my stomach. The male nurse came in there, and he was he was talking to her. He was like, man. He said, man, I knew. He was white. He was like, man, I knew I should have put on some sunscreen. He said, but yet I didn't do it. He said the reason I should have put on some sunscreen, he said the reason I needed the sunscreen because I had went out and walked the trail. He said, so I just felt as if I didn't need it. He said, no, I have sunburn and now I'm all ashy and stuff. Then the nurse did with me. She said, oh, she said, you're ashy? He said, yeah. He said, I don't like this stuff. I don't like being ashy. After that, she said, well, I did know. She said, whether you didn't know or not, I know something that will help you with that ashy stuff from having a sunburn. And then she said, but I don't know if you know it or not. And then after that, I'm laying on my stomach. I'm like, yeah, okay, let's see. She a freaking nurse. She know it. She know. But I said it to myself. I'm like, yeah, I'm ready for see what it is or what it ain't. Shoot, cause I might just go get me some too. And he was like, she said, are you ready? She asked him, are you ready? He said, yeah, I'm ready. I did. She said, well, I don't know if you know it or not. The thing that they can clear you up from being ashy is a thing called lotion. Man, when I tell you, I was down there on that doggone thing. He was like this. Yeah. Now then she started laughing too. She was like, he said, what are you laughing at? He asked her, what are you laughing at? She said, I'm laughing at him. He's laughing at my jokes. He's laughing at my jokes. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, well, you got me, boy. You got her. Man, he was mad. He said, I'm gonna leave. She said, you laughing at my jokes? You laughing at me? I'm like, yeah, girl, what you think? That's all funny, bro. Nah, cause I'm thinking that she, like I said, I'm thinking that she finna just like spill the tea. Not real time, I'm thinking she finna spill the tea. Don't mind me, man. Eat your tea. Like I said, I'm thinking that she finna spill the tea. I'm like, girl, you funny, man. I would finna ask her if she got a man, but I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do it, man. Nah, I'm okay, man. I'm okay. And then, boom, this thing, I the 5 days was up. Well, it was 4 days I was up there then. And my big brother had came to the hospital. Yeah, my siblings, they came up there too. And my sister homegirl, yeah, they came up there and jumped. And once they left, the next day, there was my big brother had came up there. And he came and he sat down on that little couch that right there by the window. He sat down right there as I'm still laying on that bed. That bed that a person would lay on, go sleep on. He had got on the phone with his homegirl. They were talking that jump. And then after that, they were like, they had got done talking. They were like, well, I'll talk to you later on. And she said, well, don't forget to shake some butt. And then he was like, she's so funny. I was over there laughing at that man so hard. Well, I was like, boy, that was too funny. And then, as me and him got to talking, like even more, I'm sitting right here. I'm say this the little bed thing. I'm sitting right here, and he's sitting on this side over there. And I don't know why, but I was turning my head. I was talking to him, and I turned my head to the left. I was like this, looking at him. I was like, yeah, cause I'm talking to him. I'm like, yeah, cause this junk up there. Then once I went ahead and turned my eyes, boom, I had turned my eye that way. I caught inside of that room that I was in, and I was turning my head. I saw a guy. I saw a guy, like a spirit in there. I saw a guy. The guy looked, when I had, like, it happened so fast. It was like that. When I turned my head, I saw it. Then I had looked. Then after that, I had turned back to look at where I saw that guy at. I'm looking at my brother. I'm like, man, you ain't see that? You ain't see that, man? The guy had on all black, a black jacket, and black pants. And his face looked like it was melted off. It looked like his face was just melted off. It was a guy that escaped hell. But then when I saw him, Now I turned back. He was gone. Like real talk. And so as I was up in there, I was outside in the backyard with the dog. The apostle that my grandma had went to church, they be going to church. Well, I don't know what her church called, but not the apostle, the bishop. He be coming to pick up my grandma and dropping her back off at home. So he had pulled in the driveway in my grandma's house. And I was in the backyard. And God spoke to him and told him to tell his grandmother, tell Nancy, that I would give Denarius more strength. Boom. When the bishop and his wife had pulled out the driveway and left, that night, my grandma had came in here. My grandma had came in here, and she said that the bishop said that God said to let you know that the Lord is going to give you more strength. And when the Lord, whatever the Lord say, just know it's not a lie. The Lord, whatever the Lord say, that so shall it be. Now sure, look at me. I hit a freaking backflip, but I don't feel like it. I got a whole bunch of strength. Thank the Lord for giving me the strength. So yeah, I'm coming out with another one on what I want to tell y'all too. Alright, God bless y'all.